I want to look into the final few plays for Texas. Just pick them apart a little bit. Let's throw the interception, the Quinn Ewers interception, on that true final drive. The drive where they had the ball, so it was 3rd and 3 at Ohio State 6. Then Ohio State gets back-to-back PIs in the end zone. So now Texas has a fresh set of downs at the Ohio State 1. They run it with Jarrett Gibson at the 1-yard line, which I have no issue with that. You run it with a big man. I get it. I understand it. You don't get it. It's a good defense, especially whenever they have to protect, a single yard. 2nd and goal at the 1. And it's a toss sweep to Trey Wisner for a loss of 7. Now it's 3rd and goal at the Ohio State 8. Adam, walk me through why you would run that play on 2nd and goal at the 1 when you have Arch Manning on the sideline, who's kind of been your go-to guy in those short yardage goal line situations all year long. I know it's easy for me to be, an armchair play caller and for me to second guess things whenever we already know the results. But when it was happening, I'm thinking, why? Why is that the decision here?
I thought it was a terrible call. And I'm a big believer that when you're on the goal line, when you're inside the 3-yard line, your two options are either downhill or play action. And you get your quarterback on the perimeter. And if you're going to run outside, it should be your quarterback running the ball outside, not a toss sweep to your running back. And then I think what coaches also have to realize is that every play, while you may have a play that you think is going to work, you have to assess the risk of that play as well, especially in the given situation. And any play where, one, the ball is leaving the quarterback's hand on a run play, and any play where the running back actually has to run backwards a little bit is a high risk play, similar to like a jet sweep, similar to any kind of reverse. It's a risky play because, yes, if it works, you're scoring a touchdown, and you probably have seen it on film that it's going to work. But if it doesn't work, it's not a loss of 1 like it would be if you ran out the middle. It's a loss of 6, 7, and 8 in this case, and puts you completely in a bad spot at 3rd down and 8 on the Ohio State 8-yard line. So for Sark, I mean, they definitely saw something on film and said, if we can get Ohio State loads the box, Jim Knowles going to play cover 0, the ball has to go to the perimeter to run the football. I would have much rather in that situation seen a quarterback run, or get your quarterback on the perimeter. Maybe it's Arch Manning, put him on the perimeter and give him an option to throw the football to a tight end in the corner, running back in the flat, or run the ball yourself. If you're going to run on the perimeter, I'd rather it be a quarterback who has an option to also throw the ball in that situation. So I think it was a bad call. Clearly it was with hindsight 2020, but you have to think about the risk of any play. And the riskiest plays running the football are on the perimeter, toss plays, jet sweeps, because you have the chance for a big tackle for loss. Unlike if you just hand the ball off in the middle. If you hand the ball off the middle, it's going to be a 1 or 2 yard loss if it gets stuffed. If your quarterback is doing it, he can throw the football away. So then you're 3rd down and 1 on the Ohio State 1, right? If it doesn't go well. So I think the thing that Sark has to look in the mirror and say he put his team in a tough spot with that play call.
And y'all keep saying hindsight's 2020. The one thing I'd say about that is I don't know that you needed hindsight to know that play wasn't going to work. Ohio State's defensive line finished that game with 9 tackles for loss. All right, we saw Ohio State absolutely swarming defensively. I don't like running the football out to the left or the right and asking for, a speed defense that's absolutely dominating me right now at the line of scrimmage. You're just presuming that they're not going to break through and make that play. I think, yes, hindsight's 2020 is the right thing for us to say because we're trying to be polite here. But I think if you look at the game flow and the way it's going, a head coach's job is to have feel, right? And so Sark as a play caller is known for his feel. That's bad feel right there because all of us watching it thought the same thing. What the hell are you doing it, right? Like there is a moment where we were surprised, but Ohio State wasn't, and a defense that had been absolutely controlling speed and tempo for much of the game. What they do, they knocked that play down for a loss. Like I think hindsight 2020 is being way too kind and forgiving on Sark for a bad play call.
That's fair. It was a bad play call, and it was a stupid play call, and it was a bad feel in the most critical point in the game. When you have the opportunity to tie it up in the final few minutes of the game, and you are at the 1 yard line, and some of that has been gifted to you by a couple of PI calls in the end zone, like you have to have the feel. And Sark, as I think one of the most brilliant play callers in all of college football, cannot afford to make that kind of mistake in that kind of situation. Because what I thought was going to be, I think probably everyone in the stadium and everyone watching at home thought it was going to be 21-20 point-1, tied up. Ohio State gets the ball back with the opportunity to win it. Now all of a sudden becomes 28-14 when Jack Sawyer sacks Quinn Ewers, picks it up, runs it, 83 yards for a touchdown, essentially puts that game on ice. And it was really over whenever Quinn Ewers throws an interception on that next possession with about 1:45 left. So that was the difference. It was the difference between tie game and then 2-score game.